Good morning. My name's Cody Davis, and I'd like to correct the record from last meeting where I spoke on the Corkscrew Grove East Village. I claimed that water and wastewater were excluded from the applicant's fiscal neutrality assessment, and as a result, the SRA application was legally insufficient based on the Land Development Code's explicit requirement for applicants to demonstrate fiscal neutrality for water and wastewater. Commissioner McDaniel asked staff about this, and Mr. Bosi, the planning director, said this: potable and wastewater were both part of the economic analysis. Commissioner McDaniel asked him whether an economic burden was being imposed by the project on our community, and Mr. Bosi replied, "I'm not sure if it was a neutral determination or a positive determination, but either of the two are the ones that are allowed to pass go, so to speak. So yes, it was provided for." I have here page 6 of the economic assessment provided by the applicant. In summary table 2, you can see under required facility analysis all of those listed items and their assessed fiscal impact. But for water and wastewater, it doesn't say neutral or positive as Mr. Bosi suggested. It says NA. On page 10 of the peer review of the assessment, it says enterprise funds, like water and wastewater, were excluded from DPFG's analysis. Water and wastewater fiscal impacts are explicitly required to be analyzed by the county's Land Development Code, but they were excluded from the economic assessment anyway. The independence of the Immokalee Water-Sewer District doesn't resolve the defect because the LDC requires that any unit of local government which provides water and wastewater must be compensated by a special assessment if fiscal negativity is found. The assumption that enterprise funds are inherently fiscally neutral is unfounded. The efficiency of a pipe network, which provides to residential units, and thereby the rates that are paid on those utilities, is primarily and generally determined by pipe connections per mile. So if this development, which is significantly isolated, lowers the pipe connections per mile of the network, rates will rise for the entirety of the district. IWSD could hypothetically create a sub-district and charge rates in accordance with the excess cost imposed by the development, but that's administratively complex, costs money, and notably requires an assessment of fiscal neutrality. Without a fiscal impact assessment, the IWSD will be unable to set rates in a way that is just and equitable, as they're legally required to do. The result is that Immokalee ratepayers, the poorest in the county, will be required to subsidize this private suburban development. Thank you.
Thank you.
Your next